Some filmmakers spend years waiting for the right opportunity. They wait for the perfect budget, the perfect connections, or someone with influence to finally say yes. Others decide that waiting is the quickest way to guarantee nothing happens at all. PJ Starks belongs firmly in the second group. His career isn't defined by blockbuster budgets or Hollywood studios. It's defined by a mindset that independent creators often struggle to adopt. If the door doesn't exist, build one yourself. Throughout his journey, he repeatedly chose action over certainty, collaboration over ego, and persistence over comfort. That philosophy became the foundation not only of his films, but of the community that grew around them. Growing up in Owensboro, Kentucky, filmmaking wasn't an obvious career path. The entertainment industry often appears concentrated in places like Los Angeles, New York, or Atlanta, making success feel geographically out of reach for countless aspiring creators. Rather than treating his hometown as a limitation, Starks gradually came to see it as a place where stories could still be told if enough people believed in making them. That realization didn't arrive overnight. Like many filmmakers, he began by writing and directing projects that allowed him to learn through experience instead of waiting until every skill had been mastered. Early productions demanded that he wear multiple hats at once, solving technical problems while learning how to guide actors, organize crews, and finish what he started. Those experiences taught him something that would appear again and again throughout his career. Filmmaking is rarely about one person's talent. It is about coordinating the talents of many people toward one shared vision. For Starks, storytelling became more than entertainment. It became an obsession rooted in visual expression. He has described his motivation in remarkably simple terms: an unrelenting passion. Even during moments of frustration, when the workload felt overwhelming or creative energy disappeared, he couldn't seriously imagine walking away. Creating stories had become inseparable from who he was. That distinction matters. Many people enjoy making films. Passion, however, reveals itself when quitting no longer feels like a realistic option. Ironically, one of the biggest challenges wasn't writing itself, but finding the motivation to begin. Once inspiration arrived, he often completed first drafts rapidly. Starting, however, could be unexpectedly difficult. Like many creative people, distractions and procrastination were constant companions. Rather than pretending discipline came naturally, he openly acknowledged those struggles, reminding aspiring filmmakers that creative work isn't fueled by inspiration alone. Sometimes the hardest part is simply sitting down and beginning. As his experience expanded, another philosophy emerged. Listening became one of his greatest strengths. On many productions, creative disagreements are unavoidable. Writers protect scripts. Directors defend their vision. Producers worry about logistics and budgets. Ego quietly becomes the loudest voice in the room. Starks consistently emphasized something different. Every person on set possesses creativity worth hearing. That doesn't mean every suggestion should be accepted. It means every collaborator deserves the chance to contribute. By approaching filmmaking as a conversation instead of a hierarchy, he cultivated relationships that extended far beyond individual productions. His willingness to give credit, celebrate teammates, and recognize contributions created an environment where collaboration wasn't simply encouraged, it became expected. Those relationships would eventually prove more valuable than any expensive piece of equipment. Independent filmmaking has a reputation for surviving on impossibly small budgets, but money remains one of its greatest obstacles. Starks has repeatedly described financing as among the most difficult aspects of producing films. Convincing investors to support an original project requires asking someone else to believe in an outcome that doesn't yet exist. It demands confidence without guarantees. There is no perfect formula. Instead of pretending otherwise, he explored alternative approaches. Sponsorships, product placement, networking, and strategic partnerships became practical tools for moving productions forward. Rather than viewing limited resources as permanent barriers, he searched for creative solutions that matched the realities of independent filmmaking. Equally challenging were the human realities behind every production. Replacing a cast or crew member because of ego or conflict is rarely discussed in glamorous stories about filmmaking. Yet difficult conversations are often unavoidable. Starks acknowledged that such decisions can damage friendships, create disappointment, and weigh heavily on everyone involved. Leadership, he discovered, sometimes requires making uncomfortable decisions for the health of the larger project. That perspective wasn't developed through uninterrupted success. Earlier in his career, he launched a project before everything was properly in place. Support fell short, expectations weren't met, and people who believed in him were disappointed. For a time, that experience followed him. Instead of treating it as something to hide, he transformed it into a permanent lesson. Preparation became non-negotiable. He resolved that future productions would begin only after ensuring the right people, planning, and support systems were established. That shift in thinking eventually led to stronger professional relationships, including his long-term creative partnership with producer Eric Huskisson. Together, they built Blood Moon Pictures with a shared commitment to bringing ambitious genre films to life through collaboration rather than individual recognition. Their work would eventually earn growing attention within independent horror circles, but the deeper achievement wasn't simply producing movies. It was proving that a determined creative community could thrive far from the industry's traditional centers. The success of independent filmmaking is often measured by box office numbers, streaming deals, or festival awards. Those milestones certainly matter, but they can also hide something equally important: the ability to create opportunities that didn't exist before. That became increasingly clear as Starks expanded beyond directing and writing into producing. Producing demanded a different perspective. Instead of concentrating on a single creative vision, he found himself helping other filmmakers strengthen scripts, connect with audiences, solve production problems, and navigate distribution. The role required balancing artistic ambition with practical decision-making, a combination he came to appreciate because it relied heavily on collaboration. His work on projects such as Volumes of Blood and its follow-up helped establish relationships with a growing network of filmmakers, actors, and technicians. Those films demonstrated that independent horror could unite numerous creative voices under one banner while giving emerging talent an opportunity to showcase their abilities. Rather than treating filmmaking as a competition, Starks often described it as building a creative family, one project at a time. That sense of community extended beyond movie sets. Recognizing that many aspiring filmmakers simply lacked a place to share their work, he helped create initiatives like Unscripted, providing regional filmmakers with an outlet to screen their short films and connect with others pursuing the same dream. It reflected an important philosophy: success becomes more meaningful when it creates opportunities for someone else. Years later, that investment in relationships produced an unexpected reward. While preparing New Year's Eve, Starks expected the usual struggle to gain local support. Instead, businesses, educational institutions, civic organizations, and members of the Owensboro community rallied behind the production. The response surprised him. It was evidence that years of networking, showing up, and supporting others had quietly built trust long before anyone noticed. Community support wasn't luck. It was the result of consistent effort over many years. Another recurring lesson throughout his career involves failure. Modern success stories often skip over mistakes in favor of polished victories. Starks has been refreshingly honest that every achievement he can identify rests upon countless failures that came before it. That perspective changes the purpose of failure entirely. Instead of becoming evidence that someone lacks talent, setbacks become part of the education every creator eventually pays for. He also resists describing himself as completely successful, despite decades of work and numerous completed productions. That humility reflects an understanding that creative careers rarely have a finish line. Every completed film simply becomes preparation for the next challenge. Even after distribution opportunities and growing recognition, one obstacle remained remarkably familiar: financing. Convincing investors to support an independent film continues to require faith, preparation, and patience. The challenge never truly disappears. It simply evolves alongside larger ambitions. When creative energy begins to fade, Starks doesn't search for complicated solutions. He reconnects with the things that inspired him in the first place: watching favorite films, surrounding himself with supportive people, and remembering why storytelling mattered before it ever became work. It's a reminder that sustaining creativity often depends less on finding something new than on reconnecting with what originally sparked the journey. Perhaps the most revealing answer he has given concerns time itself. He values the limited time each person receives and tries to spend it creating, planning, learning, networking, or helping move an idea forward. Even his humor acknowledges that balance matters. Sometimes the answer is to work. Sometimes it's simply enjoying a favorite horror movie before returning to the next challenge. That perspective may explain why his story resonates beyond filmmaking. It isn't really about horror films. It isn't about independent cinema. And it certainly isn't about waiting for perfect circumstances. It's about recognizing that meaningful work is built through persistence, preparation, honest collaboration, and a willingness to keep moving despite uncertainty. Those principles apply whether someone is directing a film, starting a business, leading a team, or pursuing any creative ambition. The careers we admire are rarely constructed from one defining moment. More often, they are built from hundreds of ordinary decisions repeated over years. Finishing the script, making the difficult phone call, learning from failure, encouraging collaborators, solving problems, and showing up again tomorrow. P.J. Hugh. Stark's journey reminds us that opportunities often belong to those who refuse to wait for permission. They belong to people willing to create with what they have, where they are, alongside others who share the same belief. In the end, that may be the most enduring story of all. Here's a review of what we can learn from P.J. Starks. Number 1. Passion becomes meaningful when it survives difficult seasons. Loving creative work isn't about enjoying every day, it's about continuing even when motivation temporarily disappears. Number 2. Preparation creates freedom. Careful planning, dependable follow-through, and learning from past mistakes make ambitious projects far more likely to succeed. Number 3. Relationships are long-term investments. Supporting collaborators, listening to ideas, and giving others credit builds trust that often returns in unexpected ways years later. Number 4. Failure is part of the process, not the opposite of success. Every setback offers information that can improve the next project if you're willing to learn from it. Number 5. Don't wait for ideal circumstances. Progress often begins by taking the first step with the resources and people already around you.